Hi everyone, Mike Gucci here at the National Arts Center in the lovely One Elgin Restaurant. And I am so honored and pleased to meet and be able to interview Chef Jenny Lessard. Hello.
Hello.
Would you mind, just to get us started, just to present yourself succinctly to people who might not know who you are?
My name is Jenny Lessard, as you say. I am from Saskatchewan. I live on Treaty 4 territory and the homeland of the Métis in the Qu'Appelle Valley near Regina. I'm a citizen of the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan, and that's currently as far south as I've ever lived.
With everything you've done, I want to know where you are now when it comes to how to find that balance between what you need, but also with what you need to do.
It's definitely been a journey, and it's almost a 1 step forward, 7 steps back kind of a process. But along the way, you make notes and go, that didn't work. Working 90 hours a week does not feel good on my body, mind, or spirit. But
When did that start? At what age did that start, that kind of?
I think I was probably about 8 years old when I really thought I want to have a restaurant. I always kind of knew that feeding people was about the ambiance and about the food and about like all of that and about the ingredients. So when I was 14 years old, some friends and I got the opportunity to rent a food trailer from the Kikinak Friendship Center in La Ronge, and we started a restaurant or a little summer business called Flight Delight. I'm very proud I came up with that name.
That's good.
So it was at our airport, and there was a need for food because people were driving, the 6 kilometers into town and then coming back late for work. And there were people coming in off the scheduled flights from the north. So realizing that people weren't being fed and we could feed them, even at that young age, I was like, okay, I'm filling a need to feed people. I think, to your point that I've probably strayed from, everything is part of the finished dish of how we see our careers evolving and how we see ourselves serving, given our skills. So I'm in a place now where it really does work, and I'm away a lot, but when I'm home I can kind of somewhat shut off my thinky brain for events and for culinary and just settle into being Jenny.
And Jenny organizes her year in what fashion now?
Well, I kind of follow the sun, Michael.
Okay.
So that works for me. So from May to October, I'm out and about. I'm gathering ingredients, I'm gathering experiences, I'm gathering my culinary team. So it's a dinner out on the land at Wanuskewin Heritage Park. Quite late, very hard to accomplish, open air, no tent. So I have a team that does that. With my heritage too, when I'm up there and I'm slicing bison, I just think like, who in my blood was doing this before me? It's a real feeling of connection to the past. And then you look off and there's the city of Saskatoon. So
I've had the good fortune to interview a couple of other chefs from Saskatchewan, and in both cases they said the growing season is too damn short.
Well, I don't think that, because I think that it's perfect. Because
that's
we
great.
Survived and thrived. When I say we, Indigenous people, on that land with exactly everything we needed. So, you know that you need to kind of make haste in August to get those berries in, and you need to gather things, and you need to make sure that you've, I guess, prepared yourself for winter.
Yeah.
So it's short. I don't think it's too short. I think it's just right. Perfect.
How are you living with the whole lack of people in the industry? Or is this a reality for you?
Oh, I'm so tiny and kind of, I don't want to say niche, but what I do is a little bit off the beaten path, literally, that, and I don't need full-time people. So there are a lot of chefs and people in my life that I can call when I need help. Good. But I don't retain a full-time team. I know it's a huge issue for people who have to put plates out every day and who but I'm probably, 1/4 delivering culinary experiences, and the rest is recipe and menu development and training.
Let's talk about...
Can we talk about ICANN?
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. Well, first of all, when did you join, and what has your experience been like?
I joined ICANN, which is Indigenous Culinary of Associated Nations, which is the culinary portion of ITAC, the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada. I joined in January 2019, just before we all slowed down. And it was actually really cool. We got to know each other quite well. The association had just formed in 2018, so it was fairly new, but they'd already delivered a lot of culinary experiences together. So we were able to have meetings, and we have an amazing chat that we have going. So we were able to support each other through that. We did a lot of online events that kind of helped. We did feast boxes for our communities, which was,
that's awesome.
we had a corporate donor that gave us a lot of money, and we were able to, at that point I was still at Wanuskewin, and we were able to put together, our offering was a turkey dinner. So we did an Indigenous kind of themed turkey dinner at Christmas time and delivered it to 150 families. So it was probably a bit of a strange time to join an organization, but we had a lot of opportunities that we never would have had time for if we were doing our regular culinary lives.
Right.
One of the things that's very important to me, and I think being asked to be part of this program was a huge honor, and I also knew that it would be a certain amount of work.
Yeah.
So before I accepted it, I really, wanted to put my whole heart into it. So that's what I often teach people is you can learn knife skills. You can learn how to scale up a recipe. You can learn how to properly and beautifully serve people, but you need to get your heart right first. So I feel like this project and the menu and working with all the chefs here, Chef Lear, Chef McQuay, Chef Commandant, it's just been a true joy. And I feel like the energy that's here at the center it just feels so right. And it felt so good for me to walk in. And from the very first Zoom call, I felt like my ideas were in good hands, my recipes were in good hands, and then later on my ingredients were in good hands. I think there might be a perception that Indigenous cuisine can be bland. That makes it really easy for people to, appropriate it and maybe even bypass it. But there's so many flavors, and of course it wasn't bland.
Yeah.
Have you tasted sumac? Have you tasted a blueberry lately? Like, it's just amazing.
Well, we need this stuff. We're going to eat this stuff, and we thank you for being here.
And if you don't eat it, you better take it home and make jam.
Okay, no problem. Thanks so much for joining us once again. We'll see you next time.